Welcome back.
Sorry.
You can lip sync?
No.
Okay.
The A-List.
Welcome back to the A-List podcast with Allison and Alex.
I'm Alex.
I'm Allison.
And this is the A-List podcast
You're
with
so-
Allison and Alex.
You're so low.
Sorry, the dishwasher's just finishing up.
Oh, okay. And Stanley's just walking around.
It's because I'm washing his bowl. So he's going back to cough again. That's
Right.
what's about to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I'm
It's a
washing
small-
his regular bowls. So he's like, what the hell?
It's a small little, like,
Temporary dish.
yeah.
It's really for sauces.
It is. And
He
I
has a
actually do
small
like
mouth.
to use that for sauces.
Yeah, it's
when we lived
perfect.
together, I was using those cups a lot.
They're perfect for sauces. They're from Target. If you need to get some for yourself.
I don't think I'm at Target a lot. I haven't seen those.
I don't know what he'd do, but watch yourself, boy.
Well, what's happening? How's your week been?
So we're talking about Diddy.
Oh, we are?
Well, we just have to talk about it a little bit. We're a pop culture podcast, and it is pop culture right now.
We should.
And-
Do we need a trigger warning? Because I was just listening to Sibling Rivalry, as I do,
Yeah.
and they were talking about it. They put a trigger warning at the beginning.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Sorry, just grabbing my dog. Let's go ahead and put a trigger warning. I don't think we need to go into extensive or for length the amount of time. We can just give the Cliff Notes version of what's happening,
Yeah.
basically. So for those of you who have much nicer For You pages with happy things, here's the update. So trigger warning, the allegations, there's more details.
Trigger warning for sexual assault, R word.
Yes, S-A-R,
Yeah.
and in general, just bad, mean people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some actual accounts from
Yeah.
people. One of them, at least one of them, with photographic evidence.
Oh, I didn't see that. You're referring to the TikTok you sent me where the guy was like, I read through the.
Yes, but there was one of the news channels
Oh, okay.
on their official channel posted like more detail.
Okay. I've not heard this then.
So there is whoever the 16-year-old, there was a 16-year-old gentleman in 98.
That worked at Sean John.
No.
Oh,
Different guy.
okay.
That is another one.
Yeah.
No, this is the one. It was in 1998. He was 16. He was at a party. He did the whole I want to be in the music industry.
Yeah. And he was
Just-
like, "This, you have to be initiated. Drop your pants."
Diddy was like, drop your
basically.
pants, and the guy went into detail about what he did to him, and then he got a picture with him, and he has a picture.
Oh.
I wonder if we're ever going to see that. He was 16 in 98.
The picture is just like a let's take a picture together.
I
or the
believe
picture
so. Yeah, it was
is,
just like an after, post incident photo.
That's wild.
And then the person that worked for
Sean
John,
Yeah, at Macy's.
the employee, yeah. And then the girl who was on the set of a music video for one of his groups.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I didn't know about the arson charge and what was actually what they think, because that hasn't come out yet, but the news outlet that I was watching, they believe what it is so part of Cassie's submission of things, one of them is arson.
Okay.
And what it's referring to is Diddy threatening to blow up some rapper's car. And then that rapper's car has now come on the record to say, my car did blow up.
So this is a rapper that's alive still.
A rapper that is alive still.
And they didn't name.
They did name, and I can't think of it because I'm the worst.
Can I look it up?
Yeah, look it up. What rapper's car did Diddy did Diddy blow up? Allegedly.
Combs told Ventura while they attended Paris Fashion Week in February 2012 that he wanted to blow up Kid Cudi's car,
Cudi,
and
yeah.
he hopes that rapper and his friends would be home for the incident. After the car allegedly exploded, Ventura alleged that she was terrified as she began to fully comprehend what he said.
So Kid Cudi has come forward and said, yes, my car did blow up.
Wow.
But linking it to
At
him
this
yet,
time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So more stuff is going to come out. This is just the beginning. And then the TikTok I sent you about the guy who is like he was like a PR guy, obviously, who he's like no one on Jay-Z or Beyonce's team cared to hit me up about
Jason Lee.
And he has a podcast.
Yeah.
But now that all of this shit's hitting the fan, all of a sudden he's getting calls because he knows stuff.
Yeah. Did he mean like Jay-Z and Beyonce are calling him and like?
Yeah. Did you not listen to the whole thing?
I did, but it was kind of hard to follow what.
So yeah, he was like, so he ends it basically by being like, Jay-Z, listen, and I know you're watching this because your people are calling me, trying to get a hold of me. You have my number. You can call me.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what I was trying to understand from it was if you guys want to go find Jason Lee's TikTok podcast, you could see the whole thing. But I couldn't tell if he meant they were calling him just to be like buddy to like be on his side so that he didn't turn against them.
Yes.
Is that okay?
That's the vibe I was getting from him.
Okay.
And that's why he was being like, where were you guys when I would, blah, 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 blah. Now all of a sudden your answer, you want me on the phone.
Yeah.
He said, because I can put out fires or I can fan them.
Work. We haven't talked because we didn't talk last week about all of the conspiracy of all of the people thanking Beyonce.
No, we didn't talk about it, including JoJo.
Yeah.
On
Not
behalf
to talk
of
about
all,
JoJo again.
On behalf of all dancers.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy going around that all like famous people like thank Beyonce in their speeches for when they win Emmys, Tonys, Oscars, like awards or whatever, Grammys, and they're like thanking Beyonce. And there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so it's either like she's just influential in the music industry and they've worked with her and it's not nefarious, or the conspiracy is that it's like an initiation thing. Like you have to thank Beyonce or so that you're treated well. And then JoJo Siwa got an award at the Dance Industry Awards and she like made a joke of it and she was like thanked Beyonce and she was like, just so that the dance community is like safe, like thanks Beyonce. Which like honestly some of the comments on her like page of that was like, this is the actual only funny thing JoJo's ever done, like making a joke of it. But that is a weird thing. Like a lot of people do thank her. Like, and now that that's happened, like I've seen so many clips and it's like, it could just be a coincidence.
I think it is. I don't really subscribe to that, especially like when they dove into like how SZA didn't thank her and then a bunch of white roses from Beyonce showed up and the spelling on the card like makes it look like she's telling her like she's gonna off her.
Oh my God.
People, I'm just like, I don't know.
I mean, at this point, like I'm not convinced that anyone is not a bad person.
Between the things like, I have seen myself in Hollywood,
it's not out of the realm.
Versus what is now coming out, I don't think anything's out of the realm of possibility. The things that, I'm going to just be honest, the things that are where I'm like, haven't fully committed to that being a possibility are the things where like demonic magic comes into play.
You don't think that's possible?
It's like when it gets to that point, that's when I start to be like, okay, or are they just like really bad people that are sex trafficking and R-ing people and SA-ing people and doing terrible, horrible things. But are they beheading babies and worshiping Satan and getting like their careers because the devil's giving it to them?
I mean, if that's not... So also we didn't talk about Justin Bieber, did we? Or did we talk about it last week? Now I can't remember.
I think you and I did before we watched a movie.
Yeah. So there's also... there's so much going on. I
DM'd Allie when I was sending these videos to her and I was just like, what is going on?
It's just like
Hollywood is a joke right now.
It is imploding.
It is.
Because everyone, you don't want to be caught on the wrong side. So everyone is also confessing. If they've ever been to a Diddy party, they're like, even influencers and stuff, like I've seen people being like, I went to a Diddy party one time in 2015, but I promise you I didn't do anything. I was there for like a little bit and I got invited by this friend.
Sure,
I didn't know what was going on.
That's one thing.
Like everyone is like confessing so that they are
ahead of it
that's and fine. Not
and that's
presumed
one thing.
To be.
It's worse, I think, when you think about like the people that were in his circle for numerous years. J-Lo, for instance. Like eventually she's going to have to at least be called as a witness or interviewed by the FBI or whoever is pressing these charges.
She probably has already been. Oh, I did want to say that if you guys are interested, my friend YouTuber Emily Baker is a lawyer, and when the trial starts, I highly recommend that you guys follow her now so that you can be alerted when she posts things, because she will go very in depth. She's a lawyer, she's a former like high level person. I don't know what the terms are, but she will go into depth, like watching or listening to the trial live, and she will explain to you what is going on and explain to you the legal terms, and she'll explain the depositions and the paperwork and all of that. So I would go follow her now, one, because she's great and I love her, and two, so that when everything starts happening, you will be, getting the alerts that you can watch those videos, because it will be way better,
easier to digest.
Yeah, and it will be like we're not lawyers, and we're not like people who understand all that jargon.
I'm more dumbfounded than anything.
So if it'll really help to understand what's going on. I will be tuning in. She goes live also during these things. So I'll be tuning in to really try to understand from her. Just a side note, I meant to say that a few weeks ago.
Yes, that's good. Regardless, it's not just the music industry, it's the industries, right?
It's
and
entertainment
I was
in
telling
general.
you on our hike last week that like every year the rate of jobs for LA like creatives, actors, musicians is dropping dramatically.
The stats you said were wild.
Yeah, you want to look those up real quick? And while you do, speaking of the trial, it's happening on May 5th.
I saw this thing, but tell us.
What else is happening on May 5th?
The Met Gala.
Are these things really just coincidences?
Well, so the thing about the trial is that it will
probably get moved.
Well, and it will also be many days, because
sure, but
it
it
will go
starts
on
the
weeks.
5th, and the 5th is when we're going to start getting all of the dirty Diddy details.
The only thing that makes me feel like it is just a coincidence is that, like, the people that schedule the court dates are the judges, I believe, because when I was on jury duty, not in jail,
right?
They were talking about some scheduling stuff, and I'm pretty sure that the judge is who schedules. And if I'm wrong about that, so sorry, but they have to do that so far in advance because they have like thousands of trials that they're
Correct me if I'm
working
wrong,
on.
though. Isn't the Met Gala always held on a Sunday?
Monday.
So it's the first Monday. That's why. That probably is.
And
makes
that
sense.
also has to be scheduled so far in advance because it's a museum
it's
and
always the first Monday of May.
yeah,
That's
so
what
they're not changing it.
That is not.
I do think it's a coincidence. It's weird,
Yeah.
but I do think it's a coincidence.
Unless this judge
And
is
it's
like on board with Down with the Rich. In
Yeah,
a
I do
continuation
think
of last.
I do
of this
think
year's.
it has a high probability of getting moved because he's going to try to appeal
Of course.
everything.
Of course. As far as right now, though, he is like being held without bail, right?
I believe so.
Ooh, okay. That was 15 minutes of Diddy. We can leave it at that.
Okay, I want to make sure I don't have anything else that's
Okay, yeah.
like related so that we don't have to come back to it, but I don't think so. I do have
I do actually have one thing to say.
Okay.
That ties into what you were saying a little bit ago with like the people coming out about being like, I went to a Diddy party.
Oh yeah.
Something to always keep in mind in all of this is like, again, because I was a wide-eyed, I don't know, I would not have done anything for fame or the industry, but there was a lot that I would have done.
Yeah.
And like when you have someone of power standing over you, and I have had those situations, nothing, thank God, nefarious had to happen. But like, I don't know if I was literally at a Diddy party and I was 20 years old and he was like, you guys are going to be the next biggest boy band. You just did Danity Kane. Like,
Yeah.
and I was so easily influenced. So like, I definitely could have fallen into.
Yeah, if your manager or someone would have said like,
whatever he says, do it.
yeah.
I mean, we performed at Timbaland's AMA party, and that was a great experience. Timbaland was great.
I thus far haven't heard Timbaland's name come up.
Right.
And
that was a great event.
And it is like should be stated that just because someone went to a Diddy party doesn't mean they did something bad. Like it's so hundreds and thousands of people were going to these parties just because their friend invited them or they were cute girls and they got invited from the club and they went and they had some drinks and they left and thankfully nothing happened to them.
It's no different than the Playboy Mansion. The same shit was happening at the Playboy Mansion. I have friends that were at Playboy Mansion
just different men. Oh, God.
Yeah, but the same shit was going down.
So, yeah, same thing, but
It's
different.
just he's
yeah.
dead, and people have already like shamed Playboy for what it was.
Yeah.
And we're not. You can't. What are you gonna do to Hugh?
Yeah.
But if you read Holly Madison's book, which I highly recommend, Down the Rabbit Hole,
Great title.
it is
Incredible title.
so good. The allegations against him and all of the stuff that would go down at those parties. It's.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't talk about sacrifice. I don't think that was happening there, but it was certainly like, you want to be
Yeah.
in this magazine, do this.
Yeah.
Hollywood, everyone wants it. But let me remind you something. As said by the great artist for us, Hollywood is not America.
Work. Period.
Okay,
well, I have two things that are still crime related that I need to talk about.
I forgot. Yes, guys, we are a true crime podcast, #1 sports podcast,
We're your favorite sports podcast, your favorite true crime, and then
favorite pop culture.
and then pop culture. Okay, so two things.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story about this woman who killed her parents and then lived with their body for like 3 or 4 years?
So I had just gotten done spiraling on Diddy content when I
Yeah.
saw the video.
Wild video.
No, but I couldn't watch it. I was like, nope, too much darkness in me right now. So I haven't actually watched it. I don't know anything except
about
the
to tell
exact
you.
words you just said. So please
Okay.
educate me.
So this first thing that we see is this body cam footage of this woman in the UK somewhere.
Okay, so that's all I've seen. Is that like a 1 second of her looking like...
Yeah.
Okay.
She is the nicest criminal ever.
Yeah.
They walk in and she's like, "Hey, just want to let you know, my parents are dead. They're upstairs. I killed them. I knew this was coming at some point and I'm ready to face the problems." She's like,
In the body cam footage, she says
yes,
this?
and they're like in shock. These officers are like, "What?" Like no one does it. She's like, it cuts a little bit, and there's a point where she's like literally like she's like so nice too. She's polite. She's like, "Whatever you need, I'll help you. Like I'll tell you everything. You know, I knew this was coming." And she's like kind of like, no, she's not like cheery. Like she is like sad, but like her voice is just like so like
What's the motive?
like
What's the motive?
light and high pitched, and it's just like, what's happening? Like no one's ever confessed to murder like in this way. It's a body cam footage, so you obviously don't see the officer, but he must have looked solemn or something. And she's like, "Cheer up, you caught the bad guy." And he's just like silent. Like it's so weird. So then she confesses that she poisoned her father, and she's like, yeah, I put poison like in probably like 3-4 of his drinks, but he only drank 2 or whatever." And so then like her dad is dead, and then they're asking about the mom, and she apparently grew like, she thought, she was like, now my mom's gonna find out that I killed my dad, so now I have to kill my mom. And she tried to like poison her as well, but then she ended up freaking like beating her with a hammer. So they're like, "Okay, where are the bodies?" And she's like, "Okay, my dad is like upstairs here. It's a little bit more complicated about my mom, so can I take you up there to show you?" And they were like, "No, you can't. You can just tell us where she is." And she's like, "I know, but like there's these armoires and these things," and like she's like kind of pushed back into this one, and like and she's saying all this so matter of fact and like stone faced, but not in like a negative way. Like it's such a weird thing. And so, and then she's like, "And also you'll find the murder weapon. It's in my bedroom, like in a box that's under this thing, and I'm sorry to say, like there is like blood on it, but it's rusted, but you will find the DNA on there." Like she was like, "I will give you every piece of information you need because I knew that this was coming."
Did she say the motive? Like, do we know?
I do
Were they
have
abusive or something, and she couldn't take it anymore and she snapped? Or not me being like, but what were her justifications?
A UK woman has been sentenced to life in prison for the brutal murders of her parents after living alongside their decomposing bodies for several years. Virginia McCullough, 36, was handed a minimum sentence of 36 years on Friday for the killings of her parents, Lois and John, in their home. The bodies of John and Lois, who were 70 and 71 at the time of their deaths, were found inside her home. what Virginia described as a homemade mausoleum, while her mother's remains were found in a sleeping bag in an upstairs wardrobe. When police visited the home, Virginia initially told them her parents were traveling, a lie she had maintained to doctors, friends, and family throughout the pandemic. However, authorities soon became suspicious and searched the house. Body cam footage shared by BBC shows Virginia directing officers to her parents' remains, confessing, "I did know that this would come eventually. It's proper that I serve my punishment." Virginia confessed to killing her father by poisoning him. She crushed prescription medicine and added to his drinks. And then she tried with the same drugs before fatally beating her mother with a hammer and stabbing her multiple times. And then, quote, "When I was hitting her, it was like someone badly playing the xylophone. It was willy-nilly," she told police. What? And then it says the motive was financial. She'd been manipulating her parents for years, running up debts on their credit cards and spending their pensions after their debt. So I think she had run up their credit cards and then she was like, they're going to find out. I have to kill them.
Okay.
I guess. And she described her own actions as shocking and monumental in scale.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
wild, but it's just like the weirdest confession because it's like she's just so matter of fact and no one... Because even, one of those serial killers from the 70s that confess things, they always say it and they're so like, have this like dark way of talking in there. It's like cocky and it's like, I did that. And she's just like, just a proper English woman. And she's just like, yeah, I did it and I'm sorry. And here's all the information. And I know that I'm going to get in trouble. But I deserve it. Like, it's just like, so weird. So that was something that is wild.
Oh my God.
And then the other piece of true crime that I needed to tell you was, did you go down the saga of the rug?
Oh,
what was in the rug?
A minute.
You didn't watch the whole thing unfold?
I got into it, or I started looking in. I got into it at the end, so I had already known that it was just like silicone or rubber or something that was inside of it.
I don't even know that.
Oh. What did you say was in it?
I have not known. Like the last I heard was that the police took it away for evidence and they told her that they didn't find anything.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, they're definitely just not telling you what they found because you're distributing this to the world. So like, they're not going to tell you if they need to do tests on it. And if there's possible crime scene, they're not going to give you the information.
Rubber? Am I right? Can you look that up? What was inside of the rug? But yes, I know that she was like, something spooky's going on in my house.
Nothing was inside the buried rug that sparked TikTok investigation. There were no bones. There was no body. It was just a rug.
Oh.
That's the official statement from the police.
But to return, which is still weird.
To rewind this back, if you're unaware and you're not chronically online like we are, there's a TikToker that is a woman in the Midwest. She really only made TikToks about her own journey of like motherhood and miscarriages and kind of like things that women kind of don't talk about. She was not big. She had like, I don't know, 6,000 followers, she said, before all this happened. She just was making videos for herself and maybe for people who could relate to her. She woke up one day and posted a TikTok saying that she thought that she had a ghost in her house because she woke up and her computer was smashed and cracked. And like everything on her work desk was like scattered and it wasn't in its place. And she was like, no one broke into the house. We have cameras and we have an alarm system that was intact and nothing went off. So she was like, there's no other explanation other than there's a ghost in here. And then she posted that video not thinking anything of it. It was kind of like funny or whatever. Then she posts another video that her and her husband were digging a hole for like a fence or something. And they came across a rolled up rug or carpet, like 3 to 4 feet down or something. And she was like, this is so weird. Why is there a rolled up carpet in my backyard? That's weird, right? And she just posted that. And then everyone was commenting like, yeah, that's weird. Call the police. Like no one puts a rolled up carpet or rug buried in the ground unless someone was murdered. Like there's no...
And you just be making this video about how your house is haunted. Like
yeah. And it's like right next to like her office is really like their enclosed patio, basically. And it was right next to the outside area where the rug was found.
That is wild.
So then this spiraled the entire internet to that they were like on her to be like, you have to call the police. So she was like, you guys, I called the police. There's a couple officers coming out. We'll see what they say. These two officers like look at it. They're like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but you know, without any, you know, evidence that you found or anything like that, like there's nothing we can really do unless you want to, you know, dig it all the way out of your yard and then like we can come back and look again. But like we're not dealing with that. So they leave and she's like, all right, the police left. Like, I'm probably just going to cover up the hole and I'm not going to worry about it. And everyone was like, no, you're not. You've got to figure this out. And in that time, she was contacted by crime scene investigators that they were like, hey, we've seen what's going on. We've gotten calls. We want to come check it out because it's obviously, this is a big thing now. Because, I mean, it was blowing up. The
internet was a roar.
She was getting 10, 20 million views on these videos. It was wild. Like first of all, this woman had to make so much money in the span of like 6 days.
They were longer than a minute, right?
They were all longer than a minute. She was getting 30 million views and she went from 6,000 followers to over 2 million in like a day and a half. So like she was making bank on these. That's a side note. So the crime scene investigators come out and they bring 2 cadaver dogs and I
remember this because one sat like next to the.
Both of them did.
Oh, both. Of them
so
did.
they have them separate and they bring one dog out and the indication that there's decomposition or dead body is them sitting. So they both, or the first one comes, sniffs around everywhere, sniffs around the hole, sits down. That means there's been a body here. And they are trained. It's not animal carcasses. They are trained for human remains. So they take that dog away. The second dog comes in, sniffs around, same. They are really both interested in the patio area. He sits, not as close to the hole, but still within a couple feet of the hole. Both sit, both indicate dead body. So then they immediately are like, this is a crime scene now. They put up tape everywhere. They tell her she's not allowed to come out anywhere near where this is. They're like, you can look out the window from your patio, but like you can't walk out here. They have tents set up. It's a whole thing. It's like for real crime scene. They dig up the rug and then they're like, we didn't find anything in the rug. And they just tell her that. And then they leave. And the official statement from them with the rug is that there was no body, bones, anything in the rug. And so she's just like, okay, the story's over. Like, you know, I'm glad we didn't find a dead body in there. And then the rest of the internet's like, there's no way.
A rolled up rug.
That there wasn't.
That's not like how you dispose of a rug.
Correct. And so then
not even an animal carcass.
Obviously the theories are someone was murdered. They were in the rug, but then whoever did it disposed of the body somewhere else, buried it somewhere else, whatever. And then they buried the rug. So it's separate.
Oh, but that is what the dogs could have smelled because
there would have been there
human remains of fluids or whatever.
Correct. So right now there's no ending to this. It's just the police said there was no body, and she was just told that was it. So people are obviously not satisfied with that because it is.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Correct.
She was going to bring in like a medium or something because everyone was like, I think you need to look under your patio under your deck because the dogs were also sniffing around there. And like, what if the body's under there? And she's like, I can't rip up my whole home for this. So
or
I don't
if
know.
you all want to pay for it, TikTok.
Exactly. Although she is now so rich that she can. But yeah, those were the 2 things that I just needed. If you guys listening or following either of those things, I need you to comment below like your theories because obviously we know the lady in the UK, she confessed. But the rug, if you were following that, what are your theories? Because I also believe like one dog indicating I can get by because sometimes there have been detectives that have weighed in and been like, sometimes they make mistakes. That's why they always do too. And
Okay.
they were like, both dogs is not a mistake. Like
Yeah.
it's real.
Something. Yeah.
So I'm of the camp of there had to have been a body at some point in the rug, and then
Yeah.
they put it there. So I'm interested.
TBD maybe.
Sad for whoever that is
Yeah.
if there was a crime committed.
Right.
Do you have any
Nothing in my true crime corner, no.
Okay. Do you want to talk about, pop culture?
Well, when did we record last?
Tuesday,
No.
Wednesday?
We did a daytime,
Wednesday
right?
during the day, yeah.
So
Before dodgeball.
yeah,
so we have to have a dodgeball update.
I really screwed the pooch, you guys.
No, but you played so well.
I played the best
You
I've ever
honestly,
played.
it was incredible.
I played the best I've ever played, but Mr. Captain read the rule book, had one rule wrong.
Yeah.
And it would have tied the game, and we would be tied for second place in the league right now. But we're
Yeah.
in third because I didn't know that if any amount of players are left on the court during
Mm-hmm.
a game and the time runs out, there's no point given. You have to get all of the players out to get a point before the time runs out.
Okay. And I also thought that was wrong. I thought
So
whoever
many of us
had
thought that. So here I am,
sorry.
you guys. 18 seconds left in the game. Just me on the court.
Yeah.
We are tied.
And you're
3-3.
crushing it. Like it's been like at least like a minute or so of you
Yes.
dodging, and
jumping. I got 2 people out.
Yeah.
But there was still like 6 of them, 1 of me.
Yeah.
18 seconds left in the game. I think, well, I have nothing to lose. Let me try and get as many out as I can, because if it comes down to 1-1, we'll go to sudden death.
Yeah.
My entire team is screaming at me, and through the crowd, Sass is trying to get me to say stop, stop, stop.
Oh, okay.
But I can't hear.
I
Everyone's
wasn't
just
hearing
losing
that.
their minds because
Yeah.
it was like wild.
You
how
were,
much,
yeah,
I was
you were
jumping
crushing
so
it.
high.
Yeah.
So I get out, and the other team goes crazy, and then I like lock eyes with Sass, and I can see it on his face. I was like, I fucked up.
No.
So it
'Cause
turns out if I had just literally run the clock out, you guys, and I was doing great dodging, if I had
Yeah.
kept the balls on my side,
If you just went into the far corner
Yep.
and just used the ball to deflect, you probably would have been fine.
and then the game would have ended 3-3, a tie,
yeah.
and we would have been tied for second in the league right now. But
It's really okay.
But
And
they were very well matched. I liked playing that team. They were great sports. I talked to them for a while at the bar afterward. Like
Yeah.
they were a really fun team to play. They were the Swallows.
swallows.
Just Swallows.
Like the bird.
That's the logo on their shirt, but I think we all know.
Yeah. I hate birds, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone really killed it. Josh did really well.
Josh what?
Did really well.
Josh did really well. Josh caught
He had
rolled
a crazy
catch.
yeah, it was
That didn't count because he went over the line, which he didn't.
he did not. He was nowhere near the line. They
Ugh.
screwed up.
Well, whatever the case, it was a really fun night. It was a good game, and I was very dizzy, but I still played well.
Yeah,
Played
you
really
kept being like, I'm gonna pass out.
It was so lightheaded, and I ate
Casual.
before I went. Just whatever.
Yeah. We also were missing a few people.
No, we weren't missing a few people, you guys. Listen, every Sunday I text my team of 17 people, and we're allowed to have 14 on the court, okay?
Yeah.
14 players at a time. So we have a cushion of 3 extra players. I text everyone. I already know 2 of them aren't going to be there, the 2 that haven't been there from the beginning because they were on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, okay, so I know that we at least have 1 extra, like we did the first week. And then...
Someone got hurt playing a
well,
different sport.
Freddie was like, I'm going to be in Hawaii. So Freddie's in Hawaii. Okay, we're down. And I was like, we have the exact number of people. So is everyone good? And then one of
At
our...
first they were good, and then someone got hurt.
And then someone got hurt. And then we were down to 13. And then I was like, well, I need to get a sub. So I got someone who was on our team last season. And she's an amazing player, so I knew that she was going to count for 2. And then on the day of, one of our other players was like, hey, I don't know if he said he threw his back out or whatever. So we went from...
Oh, yeah. Someone threw their back out, and then
We went
the other
from
three.
14 to 13 to 12.
Yeah.
So 12 of us against 14 people, and we still only lost by 1 point, which we would have tied if I hadn't messed up. So
You can't beat yourself up.
thankfully this week, everyone has confirmed they're going to be there. So we will have the 3 extra cushion. Unless someone gets injured between tonight and tomorrow, that's still I like that cushion of 3. And we were playing the hardest team tomorrow,
Oh, great.
Pink Pony Club. So they're currently in first, and we played them last season. They're very good. So
Yeah.
it'll be great to have a full team, and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
I am excited.
I am excited too.
Doesn't sound like it from either of us.
No,
I'm excited.
Woo.
Okay.
And then I
so
watched Practical Magic yesterday.
I haven't done it yet because I need the perfect time. Because now that I've seen it, last year was my first time seeing it, and I'm obsessed. But it
Yeah,
needs to be
it's
the
so
right vibe.
I get it.
Like it has to be like a gloomy, chilly day where I can make chili or
Good luck.
soup.
We're in hot weather forever, it seems.
No.
No.
It is like
It's
cooling down this
down.
week.
We're in the
it's
50s all night during the nights.
Yeah, it's like mid 70s to low 70s for a couple days in a row.
Yeah.
It does go back up to the 80s, but
I did go for a hike today and was very comfortable. It was like a very comfortable hiking temperature.
yeah, it is. And I'm not dying of heat and sweat anymore, which is
Okay, good.
great because a few months I was really miserable.
The summer months, especially in a air conditioning unit.
Yes.
It's hard.
It is hard. Did I talk about my dolphin Jay last time?
No, because that just happened.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, and I have to call you out for that because you
I know. I botched the thing. So Alex sent me a video from his favorite girlie from Floribama Shore, Amy.
I love you so much, Amy.
And she had a TikTok where she was like, my dolphin Beal is missing. And I was like, what's going on with this dolphin? I got very invested in it and I looked it up and
her turtle Kelpie.
yeah, and basically like there's this company called Fallow, shout out. They obviously aren't paying us, but if they want to, shout out. Where you buy a bracelet of an animal and they have a bunch of different kinds of animals.
Is it just sea creatures?
No,
Oh, okay.
there's wolves. There's
Ooh.
elephants, there's giraffes, lions, but
It's part of conservation, right? Like
yeah, so they partner with a conservation group for each of these animals, and the money goes to that group.
Okay.
But you buy this bracelet of whatever animal you like, and then when you get it, you download this app, and then they assign you an animal and you track them for as long as the tracker is alive. It doesn't like last forever, I guess. I think they only last for a year. So you really have a year of tracking.
They auto detach.
Yeah, you have a year of tracking and that animal. And I was like, I have to do this. This is the coolest thing ever.
Well, just to sum what happened. So the reason Amy made a video is because Beal, her dolphin, was hanging out where the hurricane was going to hit.
Correct.
And she was very concerned.
She was stressed because the hurricane hadn't fully hit yet.
She was
and
like,
she
what
was
is
like,
he
Bill,
doing?
you've got to get out of there.
Because her turtle Kelpie got the heck out of there.
Yeah, her turtle went from
Booked
like,
it.
It was so far away.
So far away. But she was like, what is Bill doing? And then the hurricane hit and she couldn't track Bill anymore. And
She
the company
lost
like
connection.
auto moved her to a new dolphin. And she was like, well, I guess that's it for Bill.
Yeah.
But then the story concludes with she got Bill back.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Did you know
they
this?
reassigned her Bill,
Yeah,
or he
and-
just came back.
No, she got Bill back and they said, so sometimes what dolphins do during hurricanes is they swim very deep
Okay,
because they don't like hurricanes. So Bill just got too deep for the tracker to be able to pick up. So Bill was fine. But that video that she made went viral.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I was like, I have to do this.
And
So
so
I
you
ordered
did.
one. It got there in like a day. It was crazy. Maybe 2 days.
I hope she gets a brand deal from them for that.
Same. And I did it. I did a dolphin as well because I was like, I feel like I wanted one that I wanted
have
an animal that
sharks?
does move. Yeah.
They're sharks.
Yeah. One type of shark,
Okay.
whale shark.
Okay.
So I wanted an animal that could travel further. Like, I'm sorry, like a penguin would be cool, and I might get a penguin eventually, but I don't imagine penguins are really like traveling a lot. Maybe I'm wrong. Or like
Well, they don't fly.
or like a polar bear. Like
Yeah.
I imagine they like have their living, radius, and
Yeah.
they really don't go out of it. So the turtles,
I would agree.
like they travel far.
Sure.
As we know from Finding Nemo.
Right.
So I'm pulling it up. I got a dolphin and I was given a dolphin named Jay, and I'm so excited. I like link it. I'm like, here, I'm on the app. And then the first thing I see is, your animal's tracker is no longer sending signals, but don't worry. And I was like, that sucks, but okay. Then I go to the map and lo and behold, Jay is the same place where Beal was, where the hurricane hit. And so I was like, did they just give me a dolphin that happened to be there and then also got impacted by the hurricane, whether he perished or whether he was,
Swam
the
too
tracker came off or whatever? I didn't even get 1 day of tracking this dolphin in
You and Jay.
real time.
Okay.
So I also made a TikTok that I was like, I'm upset about Jay. I emailed them and I was like, hey, totally understand, but can I be assigned a new dolphin? Because he came to me with his tracker not on.
Yeah.
They have not given me a new
wait,
one
so you still don't
nor
have
responded.
anything?
No, I still have Jay, who just is non-existent.
Jay is nowhere to be found.
Jay, no, he has not resurfaced. If he swam deep for the hurricane, he has not resurfaced.
Okay, well, dolphins breathe air, so he would have had to.
Yeah, so either he perished, which RIP, or the tracker just is not attached to him anymore. Which
I'm
I
mad
hope
for
is
you.
the case.
I mean, Amy got Beal back, so I hope you get Jay back.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, I'll update you. I do think I want a different animal. Let me tell you the animals, and you
Okay.
can tell me which one I should get.
Okay, a bear.
So, elephant, giraffe.
An
I know.
elephant.
You should get an elephant.
Yeah, I should.
Gorilla, lion, penguin, polar bear, sea turtle, shark, seal, manatee.
Cute.
Oh, I love manatees. Cute.
That's cute.
Whale shark.
So
Wolf.
it's shark or whale shark. Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Manatee, whale shark.
I know you said shark earlier.
Oh yeah.
There are
Regular
other kinds
shark.
of
I don't know
Regular
what that
shark.
means. Regular shark.
Got it.
Wolf, sloth. Which sloth? How are you tracking the sloth? Where is he going?
I love that actually. It's like, oh,
One spot.
14 inches today. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah. So
Well, that is a cute idea and I love it. And yeah, when I saw Amy's video, I was like, I have got to send this to Allison.
yeah, but I made a mistake and I said she was from Siesta Key.
She said, yes, you said Siesta Key, which, okay, I get it.
Close.
But now, like, you got to watch Floribama Shore.
I have watched enough with you.
Well, I think I should
Is
start
it coming
again.
back?
That was an April Fool's joke that she did on April 1st, and I fell for it.
Oh, that's so
Amy?
sad for you. Yeah, she's really funny. But also, I just had an out of body experience because have you been watching No One Wants This?
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So No One Wants This is the new show on Netflix
Kristen
with
Bell.
Kristen Bell that our friend Angela is actually in an
yeah.
episode. So you guys should watch it. I think it's an episode where they're playing basketball. I haven't gotten there yet, but
Okay.
she is like a wife of another person playing basketball, I believe.
Yes.
But this is Kristen Bell, Adam Brody,
Adam,
Brody,
who
and
we just watched in a movie.
Yeah, and I get it. He's cute in this. Like
Oh.
he is very charismatic. So the premise is that he's a rabbi, she is not, and they're obviously she's not Jewish. Sorry,
Okay, yeah.
and they're trying to date, and I haven't gotten that far, so I don't know what else.
Okay.
But where was I going with this? It's just a really I'm obsessed. It's a really great show, and I recommend.
Okay, that's your recommendation corner.
Recommendation corner is No One Wants This. I can't wait to go home and watch another episode.
Is it all out? You just haven't watched them all?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not pulling an Emily in Paris on you and releasing it in 2 parts?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I am very invested. I think that Kristen Bell's just so good. Like
Love her.
aside, whatever their personal life is, I don't know. They might be controversial because I feel like I have to say that with every single celebrity
Yeah, you
now.
gotta be careful.
I don't know about the personal
Disclaimer.
life, but she's such a good actress. Like
Yeah.
The Good Place. I mean, I still watch it. I fall asleep to it most nights, which is crazy because there are some screaming episodes where
Oh,
they're
yeah.
in hell and like people are being tortured. They
Bad
are
Place.
actually screaming.
Oh.
Oh, The Bad Place. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommend No One Wants This, so you should watch it.
Wow, add it to the ever-growing list.
Ever-growing list.
Yep.
Okay. The last thing before we get into you're bouncing so much.
Oh, I am.
Alex is bouncing like
I'm in
he's
like
an
a rocking
old
chair.
man sitting on a rocking chair on the porch.
Well,
You guys can't see,
Thank
obviously.
you so much for hanging out with me today. It wouldn't be bouncing this much if it was an old man. It would be rocking.
For sure.
Anyway.
I
go
mean, sure. Did you see Olivia Rodrigo's stage fall?
ahead. No.
She fell. Someone accidentally left the lift hole open and she fell straight into it. She's like, it's crazy. I'll show you a video. So she's like running around on the stage, like getting people to clap. I don't know if it's the end or whatever, but she's like going to each section, each side of the stage, and like having them clap or whatever.
Get them to hype up.
Getting
hype
hyped.
up.
So I'm going to show you this. It's wild. She handles it very well, but someone definitely got fired for this.
Because she's not even looking. She's trusting that the stage is going to be there. And it's not lit.
Like, she's like, that's all right.
That's all right.
Because like she knows if she like freaks out, then
Yeah.
that's more news, and that's doesn't
Like when
look good
Post
on
Malone,
her.
Like when Post Malone fell and freaked out on stage.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Can you imagine Chapel Roan? I'm sorry. She would be screaming at someone.
I saw a new video of her today.
Yeah.
She's at like some other concert and she's teaching everyone to dance.
Oh yeah, and she's like, this section isn't doing it or whatever.
She was like, "What?
And they're like all the other like famous people.
Oh, that's the celebrity tent."
You guys are annoying.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about her.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, sorry. I have so many things. Like last week I had nothing to say. This week I have so much to say. And I just have to say that I went to a yogurt shop the other night and
By yourself.
by myself. And these scary like 4 Gen Alpha girls all wearing the same outfit. They were all wearing like these like baggy high-waisted jeans and a black crop top. And they are walking around this yogurt shop like they own it.
They
And
do.
no, they were so scary. I'm not kidding. And I was just trying to like decide what I wanted. And they were like walking in front of me with no regard for me and a couple other people.
That's because they alphas.
They were like, you're getting out of my way. Like literally that is the energy they were giving. Like I was like standing there and I was kind of next to the trash can and one of them walked so close to me. And normally like if it was me, I would have been like, oh, so sorry. And like went away. Like this person basically walked into me. This like 13-year-old little like scary demon. And
it's giving like
they all just like were getting samples and tasting them. And then they all, it was like Mean Girls. They all threw them out at the same time. And then they walked out the front door. Like they did not buy anything.
let's get our free samples and
They
go.
just got a couple free samples.
It feels like Cassie from Euphoria a little bit.
Yes. And like the girl working was probably like in her early 20s. She did not care.
She's like, take it. Who cares?
Literally. And they just like threw their little cups away and walked out the front door. And they were like, bye. And everyone in the place just like acted like they were the queens.
Like they come in there every night to do that and everyone just has to look the other way.
Yeah. I was like, why are kids so scary? I am older than you and I'm your elder and you should respect me. No, I was literally being like,
They're the
sorry.
alpha generation.
I'll get out of your way. It was crazy. Okay, so I wanted to play this game today, which is, if you guys have seen this on a trend on TikTok, it's called the Hear Me Out trend.
Oh, yeah.
Normally people have cakes and they're like printing out pictures of people and sticking it in the cake. That seems like a waste of resources. Paper, sticks, and cake. Because like, are you eating the cake after? I don't understand. But basically we're going to talk about Hear Me Out people, which is someone who you like might have been attracted to like as a younger person, or I guess now, that is not someone conventionally that you would say you're attracted to or that you would think is attractive, or like they're not even people. It could be cartoons, could be whatever. And it's like you would be telling your friend like, okay, hear me out. Like this person's cute for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny. So I thought we should talk about it.
Okay, well,
I seem to have more than Alex. Alex had a hard time with this.
yeah, I like, yeah, mine would just, I mean, like 2 of them are cartoons.
Most, I will say, like, if you are not aware of this, don't think we're weird. Most of these online are cartoons that people are saying, because that's the thing. Like, yes, we could say Brad Pitt. We could say Leonardo DiCaprio. Those are conventionally attractive people. You don't have to hear us out for that. You
like,
know.
My like first one that came to mind was like Devon Sawa in Wild America, but it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah. So it's more like someone that if I said like who's attractive in the movie Titanic, instead of being Leonardo DiCaprio is obviously attractive, but you could be like
the captain. Yeah.
Like he's driving this whole ship. Like, you know what I mean?
Captain Smith.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
But that's the vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like, and the reason for why you think he's attractive is like he was rich, maybe. I don't know. That type of thing. Okay, so do you want me to go first? I think, because I have more. I'm going to come in strong.
Okay.
And you might, if you do know this trend, you might have heard some of mine from other people because, like, I think they're popular.
Okay.
So the first one, hear me out.
Okay.
Voldemort.
Is it because he won't snore because he doesn't really like?
That's good. He's just like very sure of himself.
Sure, confidence goes a long way.
Sure of himself. He can like shapeshift. He can get places fast.
Interesting.
What?
Let's have Josh take the Pottermore quiz and see if he's a Slytherin.
He probably is. I don't know, actually. I
think he's probably a Hufflepuff.
I'm Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I'm
Might be
Ravenclaw.
Gryffindor.
My ex was Gryffindor, even though he should have been a Slytherin, and they had the same birthday.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go next or?
Okay, hear me out. Power line from a Goofy movie. Now,
yeah,
I feel like people would agree with that one.
I've seen this one multiple times, so I think that is a valid and he's cool. He's a pop star.
He is everything I wanted to be in.
He has the best song in all of the whole Disney universe.
He has two of the best songs.
What's the other one?
Stand Out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
He
I only know
performs
Eye
Eye
to
to
Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerline can get it.
Yeah.
Still even today.
Have you dressed up as Powerline?
No, I haven't.
Done a full thing? You should.
No, because I would want to do it in like a very like there is a Powerline costume that you can buy from like Halloween costumes.
Yeah, you need to.
I want to be like.
Do you want to like Disney bound or do you want to do
custom-made.
like actual?
Correct.
Do you know I have someone who can make a custom costume for you? We'll talk about it later.
And Andrew, my friend Andrew, he would do it. But I
Okay.
want it to be like, I want like a fucking shiny breastplate. Like I want it to be like a full, not just like a bodysuit with gloves. I want it to be like a fucking pop star.
Yeah,
of today.
and you want it to last because like you're gonna have to wear
Yes.
that a lot.
I will wear it. It will be my Halloween costume forever.
You'll retire the pirate because Alex is only ever a pirate for Halloween.
And for those of you that don't know, I have abandoned Halloween for the last 2 years. So
True.
when in my resurgence next year as the new me,
Yeah. Well, he
Powerline,
needs
I'll
to start working on
it
now.
in April. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Powerline.
So my next, hear me out. You're definitely not going to get this. But the original Willy Wonka. Gene Wilder.
Okay.
Not Gene Wilder as just the person, specifically Willy Wonka.
Because like you want to be living in that factory?
I just
Is it the
think,
eyes?
like, I think that he, to me, was attractive. Like,
It's a confidence thing, Allison.
confidence.
There is a through line here.
He does a little flip at the beginning. Like, that is cute. His little like fake out, oh, I'm crippled, and then I do a flip.
Oh.
And he's like kind of mean throughout it a little bit, but in the end, there's a redemption.
Okay. You like confidence and swagger.
He's got swag
Yeah.
for sure. And yeah, he has a whole like big chocolate museum that
Not just chocolate, lots of sweets.
candy sweets. Yeah. I really want to taste the wall of the, what's it called?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Where you lick the wall,
The wallpaper.
the wallpaper,
The flavored wallpaper.
flavored wallpaper. I need to know what that's all about.
That's a great movie. I should watch that again.
It's great. And honestly, sorry to Timothée Chalamet, but the original is just better. And to, what's his name?
Jonathan Depp.
Yeah, Jonathan Depp. Sorry, like they're both not as good.
It's just that you can't top the original. Well, also it was
No.
like Tim Burton's rendition of it.
Yeah. Honestly, Is this an unpopular opinion? I actually do think that Timothy's was better than Johnny
too.
Depp's.
I was entertained by Timothy's. It entertained me.
It did entertain me more. I thought that Johnny Depp's was just weird, but I didn't like it better than the original.
What is the one with Timothy called?
Just Wonka?
Wonka.
No. Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is the one with Jonathan Depp.
Yeah.
And then Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the original.
Yeah, I think it's just Wonka. Do you want me to look?
Yeah, we should get this right. We're a pop culture podcast.
But like, we never claimed to know everything.
I think it is Wonka.
It's Wonka.
Okay. Okay, well, my next one is another cartoon. Hear me out. Simba in his young adult years. So I'm talking like not Jonathan Taylor Thomas Simba.
Yeah, but Jonathan Taylor Thomas's voice is so cute.
Sure, but that's a child. It's
Disclaimer: children cartoons, like, it's not.
right. But when he becomes
It's when we were kids, we thought they were cute.
when he's like 20 and he's in his jock phase. Do you know what I'm talking about? He meets Timon and Pumbaa and he's kind of like sloppy, but he's a jock and he's like what I would call a hairless at the time because he doesn't have his mane yet.
Yeah,
but then he gets it during that song.
Just can't wait to be free.
No, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Honestly, I haven't seen that in such a long time. I don't know the order of events.
Just can't wait to be free.
Is that the word? The king.
I just can't wait to be free.
Honestly, probably that too.
Point is, in his teen, cute jock years.
Yeah, for sure.
Simba.
Cutie.
And like great voice acting by, what's his name?
Who does that?
Married to Sarah Jessica Parker.
Right.
Musical theater man.
Yes, he's in The Producers. He's in
Inspector Gadget.
Oh God, I gotta look it up. Oh my gosh, we're so silly. Matthew Broderick.
Of course, Matthew Broderick.
How are we gonna be theater kids and not remember that? I just
How?
don't know people's names. Like, I don't have to say. It doesn't. It's out of my brain.
I don't know what to say either.
That's solid, and I feel like I have seen people say Simba, like kid Simba.
Megan, our friend Megan,
Yeah.
fully was her first crush.
Yeah, like that's kind of where this trend is. Also, it's like obviously it's not like being no
No
the P
bestiality.
word. It's like and children, but like it's about like when you were a kid that like you thought they were cute.
Mm-hmm.
So just another disclaimer. My next one is a little bit on the like when I say this and other people who have said this before, like it is like a little bit of a kinky thing.
Okay.
But not really for me because it's more like the attitude of the people. I'm just going to get to it. Hear me out.
Yeah, okay.
Any of the killers in Scream in the Ghostface mask.
Yeah.
Because they're all like very another like confident and they're all like when they're talking at the end and they're being like, this is why I'm the killer. And they're like
confidently like bleeding out and just like
it's an arrogant thing. But also it is like kind of a kinky thing of people like doing it with the Scream mask on. So like
right.
don't get it twisted. I'm really talking about like the characters, but like Ghostface.
Yeah. Hear me out. Jeremy Sumpter as Peter Pan. If you know, you know.
Yeah. I honestly haven't seen anyone else say that. So
I do believe in
that's
fairies.
a unique one.
I do.
I thought you might say what's her name also.
Allison?
Isn't that her name who did the live action Peter Pan? Did you watch that?
The filmed on Broadway forever ago?
No, film that was on television. Remember
Oh,
when they were
Alison
doing
From Girls?
Maybe, but I gotta double check. Sorry, hold on.
No, Jeremy Sumpter. So that Peter Pan came out in 2003, and my 13-year-old brain could not handle it.
You were like, what?
I was like, ha. I watched that DVD till it literally stopped working in the DVD player.
Honestly, that's a lot.
The behind the
I thought you were gonna
scenes,
say
like
VHS.
he, as a child, talking about like how he had to really work on his upper body strength to be able to like do all the flipping and stuff. And I was just like 13 years old, being like, "What is this feeling so sudden and new?"
Was that your gay awakening?
That not so much. No, I had understood by that point that like I was into boys.
Okay.
That was just like, oh, here's something I can outwardly watch, and they just think
And
that
it's
it's
just
me
theater.
enjoying a film.
Yeah, it's just theater.
It's not even theater. There's no music in it. It's not a musical. It's a movie.
I'll be honest, it wasn't like I wasn't watching that.
Oh, it
a
is
lot.
so good, Allison. You've got to watch it.
I can't.
Oh man, Jeremy.
I
Sumter.
did. I have seen it, but like I wasn't like I have to watch this again.
No, I would. The movie would end. I'd be like, and start it all over.
Look around. Wait, have you said this? Like, what was your first boy crush? Was it a real life person?
My first boy crush was Prince Eric.
Honestly, most
And
people.
before I knew being gay was wrong, because being gay is bad, everyone. I would literally say it. Like as a child, I'd be like, oh, Ariel, Prince Eric is so cute, so handsome.
That's iconic, to be really honest.
I would make my friend Nicholas play with me on our playset.
Oh no.
And I would be Ariel and he would be Prince Eric.
Work.
Because I wanted to be with Prince Eric.
I feel like it's either Aladdin or Prince Eric that are like most boys our age.
Gay boys.
Yes. Boys that like boys.
Boys that like boys.
One of those two is like the first.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When like he's like on the boat and
See, I'm more of an Aladdin girl than
sure,
Eric
like
was
he did it for me too. I had an
prim and
Aladdin doll. And let's just
proper.
say his head kept popping off.
Hate that. Prince Eric was a little too like put together and proper.
In
like
what
Aladdin
way,
is
shape, or form are you talking about?
he was.
They had to keep him kempt because he was always trying to be. He was a rouseabout.
I guess like my vision of him is like when they're like almost getting married and he's in his
Sure.
dress
He was
blues
under a
and
spell, Allison.
I just like his face is not
In
as
his
cute to me
blues?
as Aladdin. Like I don't know what to say, but Aladdin was like scrappy.
Street rat who
Yep.
wanted to be a sultan and then he got to be one.
He did, but
They
then
both had their scrappy eras.
yeah, for sure.
Prince Eric, they just didn't show that. But like, if it were in real life, his shirt was unbuttoned pretty low.
Yeah. Oh my god. Also, it was Allison Williams I was referring to.
Oh, Allison Williams, sure.
But she looks like obviously a boy because she's playing a boy in it.
That is because traditionally on Broadway, the role of Peter Pan is played by a woman.
Because dainty
I imagine.
kid.
Young, supposed to be like young, so to have a female that can be hoist around on wires and sing in a head voice.
That's it.
I'm flying.
Woman. Okay, next. This is my first cartoon, and it's
You
Casper.
say what?
It's Casper.
Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Yeah.
So it's Devon Sawa.
No. Well, yes. So like Devon Sawa obviously was one of my first crushes, but Casper is also cute. Like he's a
told you I
little
was a good
cutie.
dancer.
He's so. Wow. I also made my best friend Reagan watch for the first time. She didn't watch Casper as a kid, and she was like, "Okay, yeah, I get it."
Yeah, and then imagine if Reagan had watched that as
Oh
a
my
kid.
god, because he looks exactly like just a little bit younger Leonardo DiCaprio from
Yeah,
Titanic,
exactly. Yeah,
who
yep.
was her ultimate crush
Yeah.
forever and ever. Like
That movie, Casper, is such a good movie.
it's so good.
It's got everything
It's in
you
the
want.
rotation for Halloween.
It
'cause
is. It
it's-
sure is.
Yeah.
When they
But-
pull the little thing and the chair goes down to the lab.
I wanted to ride on that
me
so
too.
bad. How is there not a ride?
It's a good question.
Weird.
Christina Ricci also crushed it in that. Okay, but we're not talking about her. We're
Everyone's
talking about
obsessed.
Devon Sawa.
But like as a kid, like also it was like Casper's cute.
Sure.
He's like so sweet and nice.
and this
and
is
he
a
helps
left.
her and he loves her. It's like
This is a left from your other ones you've said. So you do like a
Yes.
nice guy every now and then.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, the
Yeah.
friendliest ghost you know. Did you ever watch Casper Meets Wendy?
No. Was it the
Hillary
same
Duff's
Casper?
debut?
No.
Are you serious?
Why would I lie?
Casper Meets Wendy, it's the same Casper. What do you mean?
Is it the same Casper?
Like, is it Devon Sawa?
No, is it the same Casper?
Yes, it's the sequel.
He looks the same?
Yes, it's the exact same
Oh.
ghost.
To me, I thought like it wasn't the same.
Wendy is a witch, and she becomes friends with Casper, and Wendy is played by Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff.
There's only one L in her name, so
No, I did not see that. Should I? Is it
you
good?
should. It's really good. I mean,
Alright.
it's young Hilary Duff, but it's good.
All right.
Casper Meets Wendy. Hello, don't sleep on it.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Are you done with your list?
Yeah, that's literally all I had.
Okay, I have so many more. I'll go through them quickly. The next is Nick Wilde from Zootopia. voiced by Jason Bateman. Have you not seen Zootopia?
Oh, Zootopia. Sure. Yeah. I was
What were
thinking of
you thinking?
Animorphs, which is a show
What?
from our youth. Never mind.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know how to explain it. He's just like he is kind of a
The fox?
charismatic. Yeah, he's a fox.
Yeah,
He's
I've
like
seen
a
it.
sly,
Yeah.
you know. He's got the attitude of what you would expect a fox to
Sure.
personify.
He's a foxy fox.
Yeah. Kind of a bad boy, but also then comes around.
Yeah.
Got it. This is a real life person actor, but it's also, again, only in this role.
Okay.
And this is as an adult, now watching this movie, I'm like, kind of cute.
Okay.
And that is the principal for Mean Girls, the original Mean Girls.
He's also he's the principal in the
Oh,
new one
he
too.
is also the principal
Yeah.
in Mean Girls too. Yeah.
Okay, I could see it. Yeah.
Just like he's an attractive older guy, but like I don't think anyone's watching that movie and thinking principal's cute.
You're right.
So work. Okay, going back to cartoons.
Yeah. Oh, right.
For some reason, like when I was younger, I was like both Sully and Mike from Monsters Inc. Can get it.
Okay.
Like they're so different.
It's interesting that you would say them and not what's Sid? Is that the name of the villain? Snaky guy?
Yeah, no, he's too much of a villain.
Oh, okay. Oh, more than Voldemort. Okay.
Voldemort has a presence.
I think if he was voiced by
Snake-
someone else, maybe you'd feel differently.
And also like the actor, what's his name?
Of
Voldemort.
I know who you're talking about.
He's an attractive guy. So like maybe I just, since I knew who it was.
Ronald Dorf. No,
What?
Rolf Donful.
No, it's I can't say his last name, I don't think.
That's why I'm getting
Ralph Fiennes. Is it Ralph Fiennes?
It is, yes.
Yes. Yeah, he's like a objectively attractive older guy. Sure. But yeah, there's Sully and Mike. They're different personalities, but like cutie sweet guys.
Okay, I can see it. I see it.
Yeah. They do have good voice actors that help.
You're right.
Because a voice matters.
A voice does matter, and Billy Crystal and John Goodman fit those parts.
Yeah, great.
I will say I did just think of another one, but it's like very traditional.
You can say it. I'll allow it.
Elijah Wood, but everyone knows like Elijah Wood is Frodo Baggins.
Yeah,
that was
his
before
like sideburns are not cute.
that. What? They are. I'll take him hairy foot and all.
Ew.
He was pre Jeremy Sumpter. Lord of the Rings was an awakening for me in many ways.
For sure. I
But
feel like you could have said Frodo, and like to most people that would have fit this.
Okay, yeah, Frodo, 100%. Like more and like people. I don't know. Legolas is fine, whatever. But no, it was Frodo, and I was 11. I didn't understand what the feeling was, but the feeling was. I don't know what that is, but I want to be involved in it.
Yeah. Well, it is the thing about like, I can't be you. Like you're attracted to someone. You're like, I don't know if I want to be you or I want to be with you.
Yeah.
And it's usually.
Right. But I had a girlfriend, Logan Placencia. So it wasn't that I wanted to be with him. I didn't know the feeling.
Right. Also, is it Legolas? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, correct.
There's a funny thing about that
Getting her hair ready.
Yeah, like there's a meme of a girl with blonde hair, like she's like Legolas every morning, and it's him like smoothing his hair.
Yeah, like.
But there is a funny thing that was going around, and like all guys think about when a girl puts their hair half up is him.
Oh,
like that we
is
look
that
like
true?
him. I don't know, but I saw a bunch of TikToks of like people saying like, yeah, they're like. Their man is always like,
nice
you look like
Legolas hair.
Legolas. Unconfirmed.
I will say that it's not just him. That's just the elven hairstyle. They all do that.
So sorry. Also, you could be that for Halloween. How fun to get a blonde wig, get some elf ears.
Sure.
Cute.
I could do it. I could because I'm also like, I know how to shoot a bow. But I don't like to do, like pirate is easy because you can just like look shitty. I just don't like to do costumes unless I can like really go all out.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do Legolas, I'm not just going to go buy a shitty wig. I'm going to go get a lace front. It's going to be like $250.
For sure. I think that like honestly, normalize costumes for just a photo. Just a fire Instagram photo.
Don't people already do that?
I mean, celebrities who are really rich and
Yeah.
can like.
Oh, that's
pay for
we'll have
that.
to definitely report on what Heidi Klum's costume is this year. It's always something amazing.
Yeah.
Last year was a peacock.
And it was a worm before that, right?
That one was crazy.
That was wild. Okay, my next Hear Me Out is Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Because he is like, I don't think he's considered a conventionally attractive guy. He's kind of like nerdy looking and whatever, like in real life. But in Jurassic Park, he's got a low cut like V-neck. He's got or button up. He's got like necklaces. He's
Some chest hair.
Yeah, he is.
What about in Lost World?
You know, I don't know what that is, or I've watched
That's
that.
the sequel to Jurassic Park.
Oh, I have seen that. I don't know the names. Jurassic Park 2 is what I call it.
It's the Lost World, Jurassic Park.
I will say that I got lost in the middle with some of them until the first one with the new ones.
All it is,
Jurassic
Allison,
World.
is 2 sets of trilogies.
So I didn't see the third one.
Jurassic Park 3.
And I will say I saw the first Jurassic World, and then I don't think anything after that.
Okay.
Because
And you know
sorry,
that
again, the first one is so good. Like, why did we need all of them?
Oh my gosh. But here's the thing. So 1 and 2, incredible. 3 could have done without, but it was entertaining. Jurassic World, first one, great. Second one, meh. Third one ties into Jurassic Park. I mean, they all tie into Jurassic Park, but they
are the
tie
original
character.
actors.
Yes, the original actors
You're
come
right.
back.
I did mean to watch it because I did like that the original.
Jeff
actors.
Goldblum, Alan Grant, real name not that, and
Okay,
Dern.
you're right. I meant to watch it
because they tie in a story from Jurassic Park 1. It's so cleverly done.
Well, we should watch it in our next movie night.
And now we're about to have a new next set of Jurassic Park trilogy. Do you know this?
I did not.
And so you don't know who the lead is?
No, who is it?
Scarlett Johansson. They're already filming it.
Oh, that's
ScarJo
fun.
and, of course, the man of the hour, Jonathan Bailey.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh.
He is
So
the
a
it
new
man
trailer
right now.
has come out about Wicked of him doing Dancing Through Life, and it does look so good.
And apparently he did all of the dancing.
Yeah.
He did it.
I'm obsessed because I watched Bridgerton this year. Also love.
Jonathan
He
Bailey.
deserves it. He's so good.
An out proud gay actor crushing the fucking game.
Yeah, he's so good. Next, I have 2 more. I'm so sorry if this is going on.
Fine. You're good.
Bear with me. I just needed to get this off my chest.
Yeah, you've been trying to do this for a few weeks.
Two left. I'm going to go. Okay. So we all know, I feel like I've talked about it in many different ways in my time on the internet, but my first crush was the elf from the Santa Claus, Elves with Attitude.
Yeah.
With the
get
tinsel. That was my first crush ever that I can remember.
What's his iconic line? Tinsel, not just for decoration.
But first he says, elves with attitude.
Oh, right.
Work. Iconic. But as I got older, I was ashamed to say this, but I thought Bernard was cute. So hear me out,
sure.
Bernard.
I hear you out.
That was because that came out like 94.
Oh, yeah.
So I was probably I don't know, 6 when I watched it or something. Like I wasn't watching it when I was 4 probably, but 6, 7, I don't know, where I was like, oh my God, cute boy. And then as I got older, middle school, I was like, Bernard's kind of cute.
Yeah.
So
Bernard.
get it, Bernard.
Get it, Bernard.
And then my last one is random, but when I was thinking, I was really racking my mind of as a kid, what cartoons did I think were cute? And I did have a memory of
Johnny
myself. No. Skeeter from the show Doug. He was so cool to me. And I was like, I was
Skeeter
into
is
it.
cool. Swag. You like swag.
Swag.
Yeah. And he could make funny noises.
Yeah. I really was racking my brain, and then that popped into my head, and I was like, yes, Skeeter.
Hell yeah.
So that's my list
Good
of
list.
Hear Me Outs, and yours. You did
My
a good
few.
job. You were stressed about it, I feel, a little.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. The toaster and the brave little toaster.
I've seen some people say that,
Oh,
I think.
really?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's confidence for me. It's
Yeah.
the toaster has confidence, and it protected Blanky.
Yeah.
What?
Protector. No, I get it. Literally, that you're not alone in that. People have said that.
Yeah.
Also,
I
the
hope there
last
is one.
Kmart store is closing.
Thank you for throwing that in there.
I forgot I had that up. It's in Bridgehampton, New Jersey.
Wow, goodbye Kmart.
The last
That is
brick and
wild.
mortar.
Wow.
Okay, so birthdays. Honestly, this is a better week.
What birthday date? What day?
October 21st.
Stanley, it's almost 1 month till your birthday.
Oh, cutie. Okay, we have Kim Kardashian, 44.
Okay,
Doja Cat, 29.
baby.
Glenn Powell, 36. Do you think now Glenn Powell's out and
Nope.
Jonathan Bailey's in?
No. Glenn Powell is still like a leading man. He's filming something right now.
Got it. Kane Brown, do you know him? He's an artist.
Artist, yeah.
31. Child. Well, that's not that.
Wow, he's married. And
Why
has
do I
kid
feel
already.
like I'm so much older than that? I'm not that much older,
not.
but 31 seems young.
For how successful he is.
Yeah. Judge Judy,
75.
higher.
78.
Higher.
82.
Higher. 82.
Okay, Judge.
She's so rich.
She is so
Get a girl.
rich.
Amber Rose,
40? 44. She's 42. Well, I was like, she's got to be around Kim's age. So 41?
41, yeah.
Okay.
Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
Oh, she would have been probably like, what, 70?
I honestly didn't write it down, but I can look it really fast.
I'm going to guess she's got to be older than maybe 72.
She died in 1956 to 2016, where she was 60. She died at age 60, which is 2016.
So she would have been 58. 68.
68. R.I.P.
That is a bummer.
Aaron Tveit.
Aaron Tveit.
Tveit?
Aaron Tveit
I don't know how to say it.
from Broadway.
41 as
Megan's
well.
going to be excited about that. He is just ended,
He's great.
He just ended his run on Moulin Rouge with JoJo.
I saw. Also, R.I.P. to Broadway actor just passed away.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Now
He was in Waitress.
his
and
name's evading me. Gavin Creel. His voice, I want to say, he was the voice in the original production of Hair, and in
the revival of Hair.
oh yeah, not the 70s,
Yeah.
the revival, but original cast of that
Yeah.
run. That is the recording on the Spotify and everything.
Yeah.
The way he sings
Let the sun
that song,
shine.
yeah, is his voice is magical.
He had a great voice.
He passed away cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very sad.
It is.
That was this past week. And then, so here's some pop culture things and whatever. The movie Moonlight was released in 2016
Okay.
on this day. The music video.
Which, if you all remember, notoriously won the Oscar, but
Oh, yeah, that was
awkwardly
the
after La
controversy.
La Land.
Yeah, that was
announced,
controversial. The music video for Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift, was released in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is weird and could be a conspiracy.
Okay.
Meghan Trainor has released 2 songs on this day. I don't know.
Okay.
Made You Look, 2022, and then Lips Are Moving, 2014.
I mean,
Just a coincidence?
Taylor does that kind of stuff. Like, she'll release things on
same
same
thing.
days. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's this day in history.
I made you look.
Beep, beep, dee, doo.
Do you have a dance for that one?
No.
Oh.
Because like if we can't do the one song that we have,
Oh,
then
'cause
like
she's
we're not going to do
Sony.
other songs. I know.
Womp womp.
We were trying to like hopefully see if she would come on and do a video.
I say you guys have a meeting with
You know who?
you know who and see if you can't rectify the situation so that you can be doing all kinds of music.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not up to me, obviously.
I know. There's got to be a window of
We
opportunity.
can do a YouTube video, but we
Sure.
just can't perform them. So
Right.
it's kind of like moot, if
Right.
you will.
All right.
Well, you want to take us home?
Jump in the car. We're heading home. You guys. Thank you for listening and watching, rating, subscribing, and questioning.
For sure.
We're your number one sports podcast, number one true crime podcast, and your number one pop culture podcast.
All in one, really. We're
All in
so
one,
versatile.
because we're the A-list, so it's all there.
Yeah, we've got to be on top of it.
And you are all on the A-list. So once we start touring this show and we have the A-list VIP section, those of you that comment on this video will get free VIP.
Okay, your voice is so low right now.
But it has to be before we have to set because when this thing pops off, we can have people, then the list is huge.
Yeah.
So if you comment on this video before January 1st, 2025,
Okay.
when we tour this podcast,
Whenever that may be.
whenever that may be,
Mm-hmm.
if you've commented on this video prior to January 1st, 2025,
Yeah.
you will get free VIP.
Work.
me
I
to
say yes.
Okay, approved on both. Stanley approved. He perked up. That's a yes. Meow.
What?
And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and happy Halloween. Oh, no, wait, one more week. One more week. One more week. One more week.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm Alex.
I'm Allison.
And this has been the A-List.
Bye.